Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, your only live and local show dedicated to sports here on the shore. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bosser.
What's up? It's your Shirley Sports Anchor, Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. We've got a lot to get into tonight, Brandon.
A lot to get into tonight. First, the weather, once again, the top story tonight for many. Yet another storm making its way through. Haven't even dried out from the last one.
I know. I just felt like I just got all the rain out of my boots just from 2 days ago, but obviously we got more coming in. So let's toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Rich Werdzik with a look at our weather tonight.
Yeah, guys, I wish I had some better news here to start the weekend. This is not what everyone wants to hear. Another round of rain. This will be the fourth round in 8 days. But this is the last one for some foreseeable time. And I do have good news coming up with a 7-day forecast here in a bit. But just an early check, and we're going to get back to DSI here in just a moment. Here's the rain building off to the west. And this go-around, there's actually going to be two systems. That's what I'm going to be tracking for you in future casts coming up, show you which one's going to bring the heavy rain potential to the area. But for this weekend, coastal flooding will be a concern with an easterly flow. This is outside of the rainfall. And we're looking at minor to moderate flooding at times, both for Saturday and even into Sunday. Now, the breeze is going to continue on Sunday, and then we're warming up nicely into next week. I'll get that nicer forecast for you coming up in a few minutes. Brandon and Devin.
All right, thank you very much, Rich. Now, for a second year in a row, a playoff game involving a Bayside team ends early due to a fight.
Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. Now, before we get to the end of that game, let's start with the beginning of that game, Brandon. It's Queen Anne's Lions, obviously coming off of their emotional win in the regional final over Easton a couple days ago, hosting Carver Vocational Tech in the MPSSAA 2A state quarterfinals. Tech is from Baltimore. Brandon, the Lions were down early, and they were down big in this game, and a lot of it was because of their defense, but also their offense. They could only muster up 15 first-half points, and that's two of them right there. Great feed and finish, but the Lions, they had a lot of trouble slowing down the Bears' offensive attack. Dorian Sands was on fire in the first quarter, in the first half, and in the second quarter specifically, draining. And once you start draining pull-up threes, especially on the high school level, you know a player is hot. And the Bears were mauling the Lions early and often. Sands didn't cool off on the offensive side of the ball in the second half. He was hitting jumper after jumper. But you see that block right there. The Lions trying to get back into this game. Amari Boehner meets him at the summit, but Sands drills a three anyway, so it still ends with 3 points. But this is where things get crazy.
Yeah, the Lions down 47-15, minute into the third. Queen Anne's freshman Flash Thompson lets the emotions get the best of him. No place in basketball for this play as he pushes this player up against the wall. Very dangerous play. That led to multiple players immediately confronting each other by coaches and staff and fans rushing the court to separate the players. But as you can see here, one Queen Anne's player, looks like Baynard, is being removed, and if you look closely, blood coming from his lip. Queen Anne's head coach Jeff Hollis seen pointing and visibly upset at Carver head coach Alvin Parker, who was seen yelling back the other direction. We've reached out to Queen Anne's athletic director, who simply said no comment on the situation. We also reached out to the PIO for Queen Anne's County Sheriff's Office, who said they want to avoid speculation within the community. There have been rumors of a coach involved throwing a punch, but said they cannot confirm nor deny those rumors. Now, the Sheriff's Office is reviewing the tape, and there have been no arrests, but charges are pending once individuals are identified. Now, the sheriff of Queen Anne's County, Gary Hoffman, sending out this statement tonight, reading, quote, "Our players, teams, community, and staff, school staff deserve a safe environment. We have a zero tolerance for this type of behavior at our public events, and we can assure our community that this investigation will be thoroughly completed and appropriate charges will be done at the conclusion," end quote. Now, anyone with information or video footage of the incident are urged to contact Deputy Raheem Johnson at 410-758-0770, extension 1945, or through email at rjohnson@qac.org. And of course, Devin, you were right there.
Yeah, I was right there. It happened so fast, and a lot of those rumors and speculations are definitely going to keep going as time goes on. But I saw a lot of things that can have a lot of credibility to those rumors, but obviously things have not been confirmed yet. So
anything that you want to share?
I definitely, from my vantage point, I did see what looked like a coach throwing a fist. That's from what I saw from my vantage point.
And you were right there about 20 feet away.
Right there about 20 feet away from the whole action. I saw the push happen. I saw the crowd happen. I saw the coaches get involved. I saw the players get involved. And I saw Amari Baynard look like get punched in the face.
And obviously we saw the bloody lip as well on camera. Now, if anyone wants to see the footage themselves, NFHS was broadcasting this game. You can go into about 55 minutes into the broadcast to see for yourself when the push from Flash Thompson, which again has no place in basketball, and started the confrontation. But of course, a player being punched has no place in basketball.
Absolutely, no. That was a big escalation. It was a big escalation from both sides, and it was just not good at all.
All right, so we've spent enough time on the topic. We will continue to follow this story. We're going to shift to another playoff game that took place tonight. Decatur and Linganore Seahawks trying to punch their ticket to the state semifinals for the first time since 2018.
Now, this game was different from the Queen Anne's game. This one was much closer after the first quarter. This would go either way, but then it got ugly real quick in a healthy way. This game, the Decatur getting the job done, and they did what they needed to do to advance. Let's get to those highlights real quick. The Seahawks with the ball stripe-wise. The shot is no good. Bryson Coleman gets the board, and he goes to work, gets the reverse lay-in. Linganore, no highlights from them at all because this was all Decatur. Tribe with the steal.
We don't need highlights from them.
We don't need from them. Hey, it's Decatur. They're doing their job. The Euro step on the fast break is money off the glass. Now, this next sequence, Brandon, is something good to look at. Hawks with the ball. Pass gets ahead to Kareem Bolden, and that's a good shot. The layup is no good, though. It's a good shot attempt, but it's just it's in right there. But it's not done just yet. He also plays some good defense, too, picking off the pass, going through the defenders, and another bucket.
Such a great two-way player.
Timeout, Linganore. This game was definitely done after the first quarter. It was a 16-0 run in the beginning of the second quarter that put the nail in the coffin, and in the second half, it just got worse. Pass to Chandler. Corner shot's no good. Tribe wise with a putback slam.
Tribe.
Seahawks were up by 20 in this game.
Yeah.
Hawks next was packed tonight. Sold out crowd. Time winding down. Chandler with the steal. Pass to Bolden. Layup is good at the buzzer. Decatur's going to the state semifinals, first time in 6 years. They win by 20. Coach B.J. Johnson said after the game that he was very impressed with his team's performance.
Our defense was present. We just couldn't make shots. And as long as we kept playing defense, I was in good shape. So I was glad that they stuck with the defensive plan, and I knew in the second half we would make shots, and that's what we did. Well, I can't say enough about Tribe. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, he's did everything we asked him to do, and this is why we're where we are today.
All right, so Decatur will play in the 3A state semifinals on Tuesday. Tonight, just a dominant performance overall.
They look great.
Seahawks all around. Big momentum shift was that 16-0 run in the second quarter, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. When you score that many points and you get stops, especially at the high school level, once a great team like Decatur starts pouring it on, they're unstoppable.
Yeah,
they
you just take the heart right out of your opponent. After the first, Decatur had a lot of shots rim out. Once that changed in the second quarter, it was game over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's really not that much to talk about. Decatur's been very consistent all season long, and they deserve a state Final Four appearance. Now, Brandon, we got to go down to the 1A because we have a couple games coming up tomorrow as well. Cambridge South Dorchester earning the #1 overall seed in the 1A.
They have been fantastic this year. The Vikings will host the quarterfinal game at Van Hala, as the Vikings will host CMIT North tomorrow at 1. Cambridge going 19-1 during the regular season. Only loss by 1 point. They are your Bayside Conference champions, of course. They haven't been challenged on their way to becoming regional champions. Now, this is a complete team that, as complete a team as we've seen from the Bayside Conference in many years. They have the bigs to grab boards. LaShawn Moody, of course. We've seen them come back from big deficits with some of their stars missing as well.
Yeah, and they're really, really well coached because they have a lot of intensity and they have just a lot of resiliency at being able to come back from those leads. So congratulations to Cambridge for making this far. They definitely deserve it, a really well-coached team. So let's see how they play tomorrow.
And great dancers as well. What do you think? Do you think any of these teams win coming up next week? Decatur, Cambridge South Dorchester. Let us know on 47 ABC Sports Facebook or X page.
Oh, yes. Now, Brandon,
formerly Twitter.
Let's go up to Delaware. We got one team remaining, both girls and boys side. The Dover Senators, probably the best team from the Henlopen all season long, and they're 1 win away from a state championship.
This is so exciting. We will be at the Bob tomorrow night when the Dover Senators play the Salesianum Sows. The Sows are the only team remaining in the Dover Senators' way after they defeated Middletown last night. Denham Perkins and Darrell Little, the two senior leaders with a combined 27 points. Dover has lost just 2 games by a combined 2 points to St. E's, who's been sensational this year, and by 1 to Decatur, who obviously in the Final Four in the 3A. Senators in the Final Four back in 2020 as well when the season was cut short due to the pandemic. Can they do it this time?
They have played Sally's during the regular season, but Sally's was missing a lot of their starters. Dover beat them up, blew them out by 20, and we've seen Sally's also at the Governor's Challenge, and they look pretty impressive as well. They've got a lot of size, but Dover has a lot of size as well, so they match up physically very well with each other. So at the end of the day, it's going to come down to shot making. Darrell Little, I think, is the best shot maker in the state. So
we'll make predictions later on in the show. Stick around for that. That'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out, but when we return, Y High remains unbeaten in girls basketball. The ladies moving on to the quarterfinals. That's next on Delmarva Sports Insider.
I'm Darrell Little from Dover High. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.